Boundish is the second entry in the Bit Generation series, a collection of 5 minigames based around the act of rebounding. It replicates the classic Pong formula, but with plenty of creativity. The first mode is Pool Flower. This plays exactly like any Pong clone, with some added free movement. The catch is that the court will slowly fill with orbs. If you bounce the ball into an orb, it'll change to match your colour. This has a few effects. The ball will travel faster through an orb of a matching colour. Likewise, your opponent will struggle to move inside of them, giving you an advantage. However, the ball will always bounce back from the second orb it touches, which creates a bit of chaos. Next is Power Slide, a faster tennis-like game. Players are locked to the edges of an arena. The rounded edges of the field and your paddles create a lot of spin on the ball. Mastering the spin mechanic to rebound in unpredictable ways is the key to winning. There's also a slam move for a more aggressive return, though timing this is pretty difficult. Power Slide can be a very competitive experience. The spinning and bouncing may seem random, but controlling it is really rewarding. The game's only detractor is the horrific sound design. At first I thought my cartridge might be damaged, but I checked a friend's copy and sadly it was making the same dreadful noises. Human League is a very basic Pong-like, with the only twist being the addition of a second paddle for each side. The idea is that these paddles are actually people, and it's pretty funny to see one scream out when the ball hits their head. This also creates a brief stun. The rear human can dash up or downwards if you want to quickly block the corner. Rallies in Human League can get very fast, almost to the point both players lose control of the ball. The playing field feels a bit cramped too. I prefer it if they'd leaned in harder to the human aspect. More screaming and torturous treatment of the paddles would increase the humour. As it is, it's too similar to Pong and not as fun as Pool Flower. The strangest mode is Wild Go Round. Again, players are locked to a circular arena, this time in the form of a spinning record. As it spins, the trajectory of the ball rotates with it. Every hit is incredibly unpredictable. The trick is to watch the word Boundish. As it turns, the ball will always roughly follow the line of the word. Controlling your paddles isn't easy though. While the circular movement in Power Slide is handled with just up and down, this game uses all 4 directions on the D-pad. It's not too hard to learn, but going between modes shows this one up as the more difficult game. Also, like Power Slide, the Wild Go Round music and sound effects are terrible. Each of the 4 mentioned games can be played in local multiplayer. Boundish is compatible with the wireless adapter and supports single cart download. Pool Flower is the easiest to play with a friend, as it's simple to learn and has that frustration yet fun party game feel. More experienced players will probably gravitate towards Power Slide. If you don't have a friend on standby, each mode features some difficulty settings, letting you change the score, time and AI skill. The final mode, Box Juggling, is single player only, a very GBA version of a classic ball juggling game. You can bounce the box casually back and forth, or give it a proper smack, sending it flying for more points. The gamble is that you won't know exactly where it'll come back down, and that risk increases the more boxes are added. There are also bonuses to catch and a few items. One is a helmet to protect you from being head stunned, and another is a ghost player which helps you to juggle. It's a pretty fun game, though incredibly simple. It's not hard to imagine it as multiplayer either, as all the other games are competitive. Adding this as a co-op mode would have been perfect. Bit.
うわこれなんか近くでバインバインバインみたいになってるところとか Bit generations.
Boundish is definitely a solid pure gameplay experience, though it's clearly better for 2 than 1. Taking it solo feels like practice, as playing against the CPU wears out quickly. Outside of box juggling, there are no high score records either. Perhaps due to the lack of single player appeal, Boundish comes in as the cheapest Bit Generations game, but if you have a second GBA or know someone who does, I definitely recommend it. This is a simple yet quality collection, but most valuable for 2 players. You'll want to turn the sound off and put the radio on as well.